I wanted to start by sort of giving you my history of voter registration and sort of taking you all the way back to 2008, which was the first election that I could vote in. It was the historic election of President Barack Obama and Vice President Joseph Biden, and I did not vote in it, to my everlasting shame. But at the time, it wasn't everlasting shame. I was a young, jaded 17-year-old college freshman who didn't believe that voting made a difference for anybody. In fact, I felt that the entire political system was a waste of time because I had just seen the Iraq War. I had just seen 9/11. I had just seen waves and waves of racism hitting our country and hitting my family. And I was done with it all. I decided that, you know what, all I can do is be politically apathetic and complain and complain and complain. But over time, as I grew up and I got older and I met more and more people, I began to recognize that my vote was powerful, that it wasn't just powerful for me, although it definitely was, but it was powerful for so many people. Voting has a real impact on people. But then I went to the polling place for the first time and I realized, I don't know anyone's name on this ballot. I don't know what the railroad commissioner does. I don't know what the agriculture commissioner does because I hadn't fully shaken that apathy. I hadn't fully shaken that level of willing disbelief in the political system. I was like, yeah, voting is important, but I don't know what I'm voting for. And that was my next mistake, was not really understanding what I'm voting for. But ultimately, my big call to action for everyone is your vote always matters. It always, always matters. Do not let anyone ever tell you that your vote doesn't matter because they are taking away your power to affect real change when they do that. People will tell you that, well, my county's going to vote blue anyways, and I got better things to do that day. People will tell you, well, I just have some real strong things to say, and I really didn't feel swayed to one candidate or the other. It's not about you all the time, but take one day to think about it. Take November 3rd to think about it. Show up at your polling place. Show up early, really. Early voting is where it's at. And in these times of crisis with the pandemic and the second pandemic of racism, it matters even more now to have a voice, to have a say. Vote and give it a try at the very least, because it really, really is important. How many millions of Americans with pre-existing conditions are going to suffer if things get changed in the Supreme Court in a way that is bad for them? How many people are going to suffer if Obamacare gets repealed? How many people are going to suffer under 4 more years of Republican leadership in the Senate and in the White House? So please, please, please vote. It makes all the difference. It's been said 1,000 times before, but it bears being said again. Representation matters. Feel inspired by that. Feel motivated by that. And go register and vote.
It's such a privilege to be here and join you guys. It is so important to vote, get engaged, and put yourself out there. I was born and raised in a swing state myself, and the fact that Texas is a swing state now just makes me so excited. And so it is very important for us to recognize that there's so many people who feel unheard, but are also afraid to go out there and speak. And it is up to us to empower every single person that feels that they shouldn't have a seat at the table. This is our country too. And we've all been here for generations now. And so it's about time that we get engaged. There's so much importance right now in what happened 2 days ago with the loss of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And this is why it is so important from the top to the bottom of the ticket to make sure that we really place a lot of emphasis in who we vote for and how we exercise our right to vote. It's extremely important that we be mindful of the fact that every single one of your vote does count, and it's critical. So when you become apathetic and you kind of put yourself and leave yourself beholden to the masses, then we only have ourselves to blame. 38 votes, and if we're that close to flipping Texas blue, we have to make sure we do it.